Hi there, my name is Joel Orr, and say if you've come here today looking for information on how you can write your own book, well, you've come to the right place. I have written 10 books. I've been writing books for many years, and the first 5 that I wrote were really rough, and so I took some time and I interviewed a bunch of people, some prolific authors, and I extracted from them just what techniques they used in order to write a book quickly. I created a method from those techniques that I learned from the prolific authors and became a prolific author myself. Check me out on Amazon.com or just on the web, and you'll see that I've written a whole bunch of books. Moreover, I've taught many people to write books really quickly. What it says on my business card is write your book in 30 days or less at just an hour a day. And I can help you do exactly that. But today, I have a very special tip that I wanted to share with you. My tip for you today is about cluster power. Now, clustering is a technique for getting stuff that's in your head already out onto paper in front of you so that you can know what's in your head. You see, the problem is we have a lot of stuff inside our head, especially on the topic that we engage in on a day-to-day basis. We know a lot of stuff. The problem is we don't have a very good inventory system for that knowledge. If somebody asks us, well, what do you know about model railroading? What do you know about leadership in medium-sized corporations? Or any question about what we know, it would take us a while to sit down and make a list of all the things we know, and we'd be thinking of stuff for a couple of days afterwards, because really, in areas in which we are engaged on a daily basis, we know a lot of stuff. A lot of it has just even gotten buried deeply. You've heard the expression, I've forgotten more about that subject than you'll ever know, spoken boastfully, but it's really true. Any of us who is engaged in a profession has really forgotten about a lot of the stuff that we know, but we actually know it, and we're able to bring it up when we need it. But when we're writing a book is a time that we need it. So how do we bring it up? Let me show you. If I want to think about, let's say, something like, I don't know, let's say I'm writing a book about potatoes. So what I'll do is I'll take a piece of paper and I'll write potatoes in the middle of the piece of paper. And then I'll just sit here and let my mind wander. Now, mind you, I am not a potato expert, but I know there must be different types of potatoes. Let's see, the growing potatoes has different aspects to it. Maybe there are seasons in which potatoes grow well, and how big is the market for potatoes. And you know, there are aspects of history that involve potatoes, like the Irish potato famine of the mid-19th century, which is well known, and so on. So you see, what I'm doing is, as each of these things come to mind, I'm just jotting it down and connecting it to my original topic. You see, it's not very neat, it's not very orderly, but it's all the stuff that I can think of about potatoes that is coming to my mind. It turns out that clustering, and by the way, clustering was given its name and a deep description in a book called Writing the Natural Way by Gabriel Lusser Rico, a very powerful book about writing, which I highly recommend. Clustering, as she shows in the book, is the absolute most wonderful way in order to begin to get your thoughts out on paper. And so I strongly recommend that you learn clustering. It's very easy to do. You can take what I just told you and cluster, and then begin to use that as you plan your book, plan its chapters, its subchapters, and even plan your grocery list, plan your vacation. Just use it for getting stuff out of your head and onto paper. It's a very powerful technique. Well, that was just one of a whole bunch of tips that I have for you on my website, joeltrainsauthors.com, just like it says up there. And in fact, if you'll go to my website right now, to joeltrainsauthors.com, I have a couple of free gifts for you. I want to give you my free book, a 100-page book on how to write your book in 30 days or less. And I want to invite you to a free webinar for which you can register on my website. So head over there right now to joeltrainsauthors.com, and I will see you there.